Hello, job streamers. Adonis McReynolds here with my co-founder. This is Jess, and really, at the end of the day, like we're creating every single video on this channel for you to help you with getting where you want to go in your job goals. One of the things we wanted to discuss today is reports that are coming out about a surge in the job market. Jess, what are we seeing?
Yeah, we are seeing some good news. There was a 4.2% increase in people getting jobs in this period of the year. So that's actually great news. And we'll talk about why that is great news.
Absolutely. Yeah, this surge is something that some people are probably a little bit skeptical about, if we're being honest, right? I mean, a lot of us have seen comments on LinkedIn pretty consistently that, everything just sucks right now, nobody's getting a job, blah, 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 right? And so that can be really disheartening to hear. I think at the end of the day, like, we do rely a lot on people's experiences and, what they say and how things seem to be from our perspective. But the truth is the truth, right? And so I do think that from what we've seen and experienced, we've seen a small uptick in the job market, and all of that is positive. All of that's something that we look forward to and continuing to grow. And, we hope that that's the case for sure, because, that means more of you guys are getting employed. Now, we also believe that now is the right time to strike, because at the end of the day, we're coming up on the month of August. We're about a week away from the month of August, and the month of August is right before Q4, right? Officially. So you only really have about a little over a month's time to decide if this is the team. If you're a business owner, this is the team you're going to be rolling with into the next quarter, right? And a lot of companies are going to decide, no, this is the squad that they want to retain or keep the same going into the next quarter. Some people will be looking to expand, and others will be looking to lay off. And for those people who are getting about to be laid off or starting to feel that that's coming down the road, now is actually a really good time to start looking for something new. And for people that don't have anything, it's a really great opportunity for you to really start pounding the pavement, looking for what's going to be your next role, right? So, Jess, in terms of what people should be looking out for in the month of August, which is coming up, what would you recommend people start to do if they're in that situation and looking for that new opportunity?
Yeah, so I would say hire us. I half joking, but I'm half serious. So basically, yeah, working with us right now is it's an amazing time to get in because the point of our services is that we accelerate everything and we take a huge amount of the work off your plate. So because there is a 4.2% increase right now, imagine the chances that you'd have working with us. And just in general, like it's a lot of work to apply for a bunch of jobs, so we can take a lot of that off your plate. But if you do want to do some of the stuff yourself, then what I would recommend is look at Google, like set a Google alert for the type of job that you're looking for, so you can start seeing like companies that are hiring, trends, in industries that might be good. You want to work on your CV, you want to work on your LinkedIn profile, you really want to start creating content to populate your LinkedIn profile with relevant keywords. So all the things that are important for a job search, now is the time to double down on that. Make sure you're doing it every single day, minimum 5 days a week, if not seven. You want to be getting applications out. You don't want to be using Easy Apply though. You really want to be, creating real relationships. My advice is always 80% networking, 20% traditional job search things. So spend 20% of your time on your cover letters, your resumes, and applying for jobs on like Indeed and stuff. But 80% of the time should be on creating content that positions you as an expert and authority in your industry, networking online and in person, and building genuine relationships and connections, because over 70% of people get jobs based on a referral and not just a cold lead. So those are the things you really want to be doing in August. And we can obviously do all of that for you, and you don't have to really lift a finger if you work with us.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, working with us also ensures, that you have more outreach, and there's never been a better time to amplify your outreach and really get as many hands shaken, if you will, virtually in the LinkedIn and telephone and email world as you can, right? Just digitally shaking hands and building relationships. That's really the summation of what we believe makes us different from other job search strategies. Is most people are just trying to go for that transactional, like, let's get a job through just looking at my resume and my LinkedIn, and then you deciding like, okay, this is a great fit. we're really trying to shift that into really focus on relationship building. Don't worry as much about LinkedIn and resume stuff. That stuff is important to work on, but it's not necessarily the most important thing to work on, right? So we kind of go through that whole process in another one of our videos that's specifically titled 7 Steps to Landing Your Dream Job. If you're interested in the totality of what you're going to get this summer with JobStream AI, check that out, because I think that's going to be a video that's going to be very helpful for you, and you can apply some of those steps on your own if you're not necessarily interested in working with a third-party agency like us. Now, all that said, August is a very special month coming up. We during this summer, we're actually unveiling a really amazing deal. Okay, this is a really amazing deal. I would encourage anybody to take a look at it. Anybody who's familiar with what we do on the hot list, okay, this is a really, really important point. The hot list is basically how we discover companies in the market that are hiring that have not posted anything online yet. These kinds of opportunities are uncovered by us through networking, as well as through what we have called constantly hiring intent data, which in reality is buyer intent data, right? We're using some of these technologies and data providers to understand the market in the same way that Google, Amazon, Facebook understands us, right? Through reading search engine activity and things like that. This is a groundbreaking methodology, understanding what's going to be available in the market. It totally beats just like sitting on LinkedIn waiting for the next posting that's going to happen within the next hour or so, right? It's really getting ahead of things. In fact, we just had a client that scheduled her an interview with a company that didn't have any openings. She was the very first to get in and interview with them, and that's a tremendous advantage, because guess what? In our process, we follow up with them twice a week, and we bring incredible value. And so because she was the first seen, she's going to be bringing incredible value to the table with this company and staying in touch with them. She has a tremendous advantage over everybody else because she was the first one to really demonstrate her capabilities. And that could be you too, but you got to know where to look and where you're going to end up in terms of your process. So the hot list is a list that we generate based off of networking that we've done, based off of a lot of this hiring intent data, and sometimes other means such as partnerships, coaches, etc. We're going to be letting you know every single week what are the hottest jobs in the market that you can be reaching out to and saying, I'm looking for this and I have this skill set, let's talk, right? So what is the deal here? What are we actually getting at? Well, typically the hot list in and of itself, if you're just trying to get it as a standalone, we have a video about this on our YouTube channel. And basically it's like getting hired faster, I think is the title of it, within a certain time frame. But the idea here is that usually it's about $500 to participate in the hot list, which we think is an incredible deal in and of itself. But during this summer, for the remainder of the summer, for the remainder of this month and the month of August, we are extending an offer for $200 a month for the hot list. That's an entire month of knowing companies that are going to be hiring, people that we've networked with, all kinds of means by which we know people are actually hiring and doing great work. And this research is going to be coming to you once a week through email, and it's going to be a nice orderly list that will contain, number one, a spreadsheet that includes how much money the company is making per year. It's going to include the company's phone number, including the contact that you're going to want to reach out to, their email address, all of this stuff that's going to be really personal and hard to find on your own. You're going to have to really do a lot of research to find all this stuff that's just going to be given to you essentially on a list, where you can just reach out to these people and be like, hey, I have it on good word that you might be looking for someone who with my skill set. Would you be open to a conversation, right? We have a way of communicating with people that, we would include as part of this deal as well. So like we would include one session with a weekly list per month that if you're paying $200 a month for this service, you're going to get minimum 50 jobs, right, that are sent to you in a list where we're basically telling you these people are ready. They're ready for you, or they're like there's evidence that they're getting ready to be ready. So Really important stuff. I would highly recommend doing this, especially right now with this pivotal time in the job market where a lot of companies are going to be making shifts. What do you think about this, Jess? Does this make a buttload of sense or what?
As the client, it does. As us as the owners, I'm like, what are we doing? We're giving this away for practically free. But yeah, if I was a buyer of this, I think it's an amazing, amazing deal. It's like less money than a resume rewrite or a cover letter rewrite. I know people charging upwards of $500 just to do a resume. So imagine for less than half the price, you're getting something so much more valuable. And these contacts, you can keep them in your back pocket forever. Like even if you don't get the job this week or whatever, that doesn't mean you can't build a relationship with these people that it's not going to pay off in the future too. So it's just like a crazy opportunity at such an affordable price that I think it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not doing this, quite honestly, I don't know what you would do to attain a job. I would question whether you really want a job, right? So, I understand, like sometimes the prospect of spending money to make money is a terrifying idea, but $200 for the kind of value that you're going to get month after month after month, on average, it's taking people about 4 to 6 months to land a job. We believe that following this practice and utilizing something like the hot list can tremendously reduce the amount of time it's going to take you. So it's worth considering. It could save you a ton more money in the process because you're more informed about what you're doing out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, get in touch with us on our website, jobstreamai.com, or on LinkedIn. We're both on there, or email jobs@jobstreamai.com. And if you want the hot list, we will put you on our list. We will get it for you. So yeah, just reach out, and we're happy to help. And you're right around the corner from your next big break.
Right on. See you on the other side.